The real estate world? Yeah, it's about to get a major shakeup. And one leader, Robert Palmer, thinks he's already figured out what's coming next. So today, we are diving into the playbook of the LPT Realty CEO, and trust me, his predictions for the business are bold. You're going to want to stick around for this. This quote right here, this is pretty much the key to everything Palmer is thinking. He's not just talking about some new business model. He's calling for a complete overhaul in how real estate gets done. This idea of a single unified company, well, it's a direct shot at the old franchise system, and it's the bedrock of everything he's doing. So what does this new model actually look like? Well, for starters, it's all about bringing everything under one roof. Palmer is convinced that the old way, all these disconnected franchises, just can't keep up anymore. He's building a single platform to give agents all the tools and support they need to really win in today's market. And this, right here, is the core of his prediction. Palmer is betting big on teams. And it makes a ton of sense when you think about it. A good team can offer a level of service an individual agent just struggles to match. But here's the catch. Teams can't reach their full potential alone. They need a powerhouse platform built specifically to support them, and that's exactly what he's focused on building. Every company has an origin story, but LPT Realty's is something else. It's a story of insane, explosive growth that almost became a total disaster. And ultimately, it's about how they came out stronger on the other side. So buckle up, because this is a wild one. 1,000. That's how many agents signed up for LPT Realty in the first 24 hours. Just let that sink in. That is more agents than a lot of established brokerages have in their entire company. It was an absolutely unprecedented response. And honestly, it nearly broke the company before it even got off the ground. That crazy success was a real double-edged sword. On one hand, it was proof that Palmer was onto something huge. But on the other, it was a complete logistical nightmare. The company was totally overwhelmed, and they had to make a really tough call. Either slam on the brakes to build the systems they needed, or risk imploding from their own success. And this is where the story gets really interesting. That initial curse actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise. It forced them to build a rock-solid foundation from the ground up. They had to invest in better tech, streamline everything, and create a support system that was truly next level. It was a total trial by fire, but it forged a company that was truly built to scale. So, with these brand new battle-tested systems in place, what did LPT Realty build? They call it a brokerage for life. Now, what does that actually mean for an agent? It means you don't have to choose anymore between a traditional brokerage and one of those tech-first companies. LPT offers the best of both worlds, with a platform that can be totally customized to what you, the agent, actually need. Okay, this slide breaks it down perfectly. You can see how flexible the model is. They've got two clear paths. If you're a solo agent, there's a transaction fee model, which is awesome for keeping your costs down. But if you're a team leader, there's a competitive cap model that's designed to help you grow your business and your team. And this is where you see the real genius of the model. He calls it the flywheel. This isn't just about business, it's a career path. You can start out as a solo agent, grow into building a team, and eventually become a massive team leader, all without ever having to leave. That creates this incredible sense of loyalty. And it's a huge reason why they're growing so fast. All right, let's switch gears and talk about the market. Because while you hear a lot of people getting nervous, Robert Palmer is actually getting ready for a massive boom. Yep, he has a totally contrarian take that might make you rethink everything you've been hearing about real estate. He even coined a term for it, boomsday, and you need to understand this concept. Palmer believes the recent market slowdown has created this huge backlog of pent-up demand. All these people, buyers and sellers, are just sitting on the sidelines, waiting. And when they finally jump back in, it's going to be a frenzy. LPT is gearing up for it, and his message is that you should be too. 1 million. That's the number of transactions Palmer believes are just waiting in the wings. That is a colossal number, and it's going to have a huge effect on the market. When those deals finally start flowing, it's going to be a complete game changer for the entire industry. This is really a direct call to action for every single agent out there. Now is not the time to sit back. Now is the time to double down, sharpen your skills, and get ready for what could be one of the biggest booms we've ever seen. The agents who are prepared, they're going to be the ones who win big. So how exactly can you prepare for boomsday? Good question. In this last section, we're going to break down Palmer's specific actionable advice for both agents and team leaders.
We're talking lead gen, team building, the whole shebang, so you'll walk away with a clear roadmap for what to do next.
You might be surprised by Palmer's advice here. He is a huge believer in old school tactics, things like open houses and direct mail. And why? Because they just flat out work. When you truly own a neighborhood with your marketing, you stop just selling a house, you start building a brand. You become the go-to person in that area, and that's a recipe for long-term success. All right, all you team leaders out there, listen up. I'm about to share the #1 mistake that Palmer sees holding leaders back from really scaling their business. You ready? Here it is. The big mistake is trying to squeeze more and more production out of the agents you already have. But think about it. Not every agent wants to be a top producer. Some are perfectly happy hitting a certain goal, and that's okay. The real key to scaling your team is to focus on recruiting new talent, not on pushing your current agents past their breaking point. And here's another big one: handcuffing your agents. This means forcing them to use your in-house mortgage or title services. It might seem like a smart way to boost revenue, but Palmer says it's a recipe for disaster. When you give your agents the freedom to work with the best local pros, you're not just empowering them, you're giving your clients a way better experience. It's a true win-win. And that leaves us with this final, really provocative question. Is Robert Palmer right? Is this single entity brokerage model really the inevitable future of real estate? It's a question that every single agent, team leader, and broker really needs to be asking themselves right now, because the answer could very well determine the future of your career.